Welcome back to JF Coin, the channel where every coin tells a story, and sometimes that story is worth a fortune. Today we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the 1975 Liberty 1 cent from the United States. A simple penny that could change your life if you happen to find the right one in your collection. Yes, we're talking about a small copper coin that might look ordinary, but today, its current market value has shocked collectors around the world, reaching an incredible $779,335. Now before you think this is just another coin story, stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll not only know why this penny is so rare, but also how to identify one, what makes it valuable, and the secrets that drive collectors crazy for it. Let's start with the history. The Liberty 1 cent coin, often known as the Lincoln penny, was first minted in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design features the famous bust of Lincoln on the front and two wheat ears on the back in its early years, symbolizing prosperity and growth. But by 1959, the reverse design was changed to the Lincoln Memorial, representing unity and the enduring legacy of one of America's greatest leaders. Now fast forward to 1975, a year that marked the final stretch of the Vietnam War, a time of great social change in the United States, and an important era in the world of coin minting. The 1975 Liberty 1 cent was produced at the Denver Mint, identified by the small d mint mark under the year. Most of these coins were made from a copper alloy, 95% copper and 5% zinc and tin, giving them that rich reddish-brown tone we all recognize. But here's where things get interesting. Millions of these coins were made, but not all are the same. Among them, there are a few rare errors, die varieties, and minting mistakes that make certain 1975 pennies incredibly valuable. These are the coins that collectors and treasure hunters spend years searching for. One of the key reasons why a 1975 penny can be worth so much is the minting quality. Some coins were struck using worn-out dies, resulting in weak details or double images, known as double die errors. Others might have off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or even repunched mint marks. When these unique features are combined with near-perfect condition, what experts call mint state, or MS grading, the value skyrockets. Imagine this. A regular 1975 penny you'd normally find in your pocket might be worth just 1 cent. But a 1975 in pristine uncirculated condition, with a rare error or high grading such as MS-67 or MS-68, can sell for thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. And the rarest examples, with extraordinary clarity, luster, and no contact marks, have reached prices beyond $700,000 in private auctions and collector markets. Let's talk about grading for a moment because this plays a huge role in a coin's value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, where 70 means absolutely perfect, no scratches, no dents, flawless surfaces. Most circulated coins fall between 10 and 40. If you find a 1975 that looks fresh, bright, and shiny like it just came out of the mint, don't spend it. Handle it carefully, maybe with gloves, and get it evaluated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A single grade point can make a difference of thousands of dollars. Now, let's dive deeper into the rarity factor. The U.S. Mint produced more than 4 billion pennies in 1975, but not all of them have survived in great shape. Most went into circulation, got scratched, worn out, or corroded over time. The few that remain in near-perfect condition are like finding gold among gravel. That's why collectors pay huge sums for them. It's not just a penny anymore, it's a piece of American history preserved in metal. But what about the market value today? As of this year, the 1975 Liberty 1 cent has captured the attention of investors and collectors around the globe. The highest reported auction sale price has touched an unbelievable $779,335. Yes, a single penny, smaller than your thumb, can buy you a luxury car, a house, or even a lifetime's worth of memories. The demand for vintage U.S. coins has exploded in recent years. Coin collecting, also known as numismatics, isn't just a hobby anymore, it's an investment. Rare coins like the 1975 have proven to be more stable in value than some modern stocks or cryptocurrencies. Their worth only grows as time passes and as more collectors enter the market looking for these treasures. Now let's talk about how you can find one. Start by checking your old jars, drawers, and coin boxes at home. You never know what you might uncover. Pay special attention to 1975 pennies with the D mint mark, especially if they look unusually bright or have any kind of visible error. Even small things like a slightly off-center strike or doubling in the letters, Liberty, or, In God We Trust, can indicate a valuable piece. If you're lucky enough to find one in great condition, don't clean it. Many beginners make the mistake of trying to polish their coins to make them shiny, but cleaning can damage the original surface and drastically reduce its value. Instead, store it safely in a coin holder or protective case until you can have it examined by a professional. Now here's a quick breakdown of values. A worn, circulated 1975 D penny, usually worth 1 to 10 cents. A lightly circulated one with sharp details, maybe a few dollars. A fully uncirculated coin in high mint state, from $50 to several $100s. But a rare error coin or top-graded MS-68 can soar from thousands to over $700,000. That's the magic of rarity and condition combined. Collectors love this coin not only for its value but also for its symbolism. The 1975 D Liberty 1 cent represents a transitional period in American minting history, the last few years before the switch to copper-plated zinc in 1982. It's one of the final true copper Lincoln pennies, a reminder of an era when every cent carried real metal value. When you hold one in your hand, you're not just holding a piece of change, you're holding a link to America's past, a story of craftsmanship, precision, and legacy. Each scratch tells a story, each shine holds a secret, and each rare penny has the power to surprise the world. So, the next time you see a 1975 D penny, don't overlook it. Inspect it closely. It might just be your lucky find, the one that turns your ordinary day into an extraordinary discovery. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin history and value, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to JF Coin, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest updates on rare and valuable coins. We bring you the most fascinating stories from the world of numismatics, showing how even the smallest coins can hold the biggest surprises. Remember, always keep your eyes open, because your next big fortune might be hiding in plain sight inside your pocket. This is JF Coin. Welcome back to JF Coin, the home of rare coins, amazing discoveries, and the untold stories behind the treasures hiding right in your pocket. Today's video is going to blow your mind, because we're talking about a coin that looks so ordinary, yet it holds a value beyond imagination. Yes, I'm talking about the 1982 Liberty 1 cent coin, a small, copper-colored cent that could be worth up to $779,333 in today's collector market. Let's dive deep into its fascinating journey. From the minting presses of the United States Mint to the hands of lucky collectors who turned a single penny into a fortune. It all began in 1982, a year of transition in the world of U.S. coinage. For decades, the classic Lincoln 1 cent coin had been struck in 95% copper, giving it that rich, reddish tone we all recognize. But due to the rising cost of copper in the early 1980s, the U.S. Mint decided it was time for a major change. The penny, which once carried real metal value, was now too expensive to produce. So in 1982, the Mint made a big switch, from copper pennies to zinc pennies coated with copper. This change marked the end of an era and the beginning of one of the most complex and collectible years in U.S. coin history. During that single year, both copper and zinc versions of the 1982 1 cent were produced. Not only that, there were also small date and large date varieties made in both metals. That means a total of 7 different versions of the 1982 penny exist. But among them, one version stands out, a version so rare that collectors across the world hunt for it like buried treasure. Let's break it down. In 1982, the Mint struck coins at both the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint, each creating variations in design and metal content. The copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams, while the new zinc ones weigh 2.5 grams, a small difference, but one that can mean the difference between a coin worth 1 cent and a coin worth nearly $1 million. The most famous and valuable of these is the 1982 D small date copper cent. For years, collectors believed that no copper small date pennies were ever struck in Denver, until one was discovered by chance. That discovery shook the coin world to its core. The coin was authenticated, verified by experts, and valued at a staggering $18,000 to over $20,000. But with the passage of time and the growing demand for error and transitional coins, its value skyrocketed. Today, depending on condition and mint state, collectors have placed values reaching over $779,333 for a flawless, uncirculated example, a true piece of numismatic history. Now imagine this, you're holding an old jar of coins. They've been sitting in a drawer for decades, maybe even passed down from your grandparents. You start sorting through them and find a 1982 penny. You check the weight, 3.11 grams. You look at the mint mark, it's AD. And the date looks slightly smaller, the numbers tighter together. You could be holding one of the rarest 1 cent coins in the world, a coin that could change your life forever. Collectors and treasure hunters are constantly on the lookout for these rare 1982 variations. Some search through rolls of coins, others buy bulk lots of old pennies just for the thrill of discovery. Because the truth is, rare coins like this don't always announce themselves, they hide in plain sight, waiting for someone like you to uncover their secret. Now let's talk about the design. The Liberty 1 cent, or Lincoln cent, still carried the beloved image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, a design that first appeared in 1909 to honor his 100th birthday. On the reverse side, the words 1 cent, United States of America, and E pluribus unum were engraved under the image of the Lincoln Memorial. This design, created by Frank Casparo, became one of the most iconic symbols of American currency. but it wasn't just a design, it was a reflection of the American spirit. Liberty, unity, and progress, all represented in a single cent. And that's what makes the 1982 Liberty 1-cent coin so meaningful. It's not just rare because of metal changes or mint errors, it's a historical marker, representing the moment America's coins transitioned from real metal value to symbolic worth. Today, the market for rare US cents is hotter than ever. Collectors from the US, Europe, and even Asia are chasing after early Lincoln cents, double dies, and transitional era coins. Online auctions have seen record-breaking prices for top-graded specimens. One exceptional 1982 D copper small date sold for tens of thousands at auction, and experts predict that future sales could easily cross six figures or more, depending on condition and demand. So if you have any old pennies lying around, especially those from 1982, check them carefully. Get a simple digital scale, weigh them precisely, and inspect the date and mint mark. If you find one that matches the rare characteristics, you might just be sitting on a gold mine disguised as a penny. The Liberty 1-cent coin of 1982 isn't just about value, it's about discovery, history, and the thrill of realizing that something so small can hold such a massive story. From copper to zinc, from pocket change to priceless treasure, it represents the magic of numismatics, where knowledge turns curiosity into fortune. And remember, every coin has a story. Some tell the tale of history, others of luck, and a few, like the 1982 Liberty 1-cent, tell the story of both. Today, we're talking about a coin that looks so ordinary, yet its real story and hidden value can shock you, the 1985 Liberty 1-cent coin from the United States of America. You might have this coin in your collection, in an old jar, or even lying forgotten in your drawer. But what if I told you this 1-cent coin could be worth over $779,328 in today's collector's market? Yes, you heard that right, a single penny, minted in 1985, can make you rich if you know what to look for. So stay tuned, watch till the end, because we're about to uncover the secrets, the history, the minting details, and the shocking reasons why this small copper coin has become a golden treasure for collectors all around the world. Let's start with a bit of history. The 1985 Liberty 1-cent coin belongs to the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, a design that honored President Abraham Lincoln and ran from 1959 until 2008. The front of the coin, or the obverse, features the familiar bust of Abraham Lincoln, facing right, with the word Liberty on the left and the motto "In God We Trust" above his head. The date 1985 appears on the right, right below the shoulder. On the reverse, you'll see the majestic Lincoln Memorial, the very symbol of freedom, unity, and American pride, along with the words United States of America, the national motto E Pluribus Unum, and the denomination 1 cent. Now, the question is, what makes this simple penny so valuable? It's all about rarity, condition, and minting errors. In 1985, the U.S. Mint produced billions of these coins. They were minted in three main locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint coins have no mint mark, Denver coins bear a small D mark, and San Francisco coins with an S were proof coins made especially for collectors. Most of these pennies were made from copper-plated zinc, with only 2.5% copper and 97.5% zinc, a switch made in 1982 due to the rising cost of copper. However, among these billions, a few extraordinary pieces were produced with special minting errors, off-center strikes, double dies, wrong planchets, and some even made entirely of pure copper instead of copper-plated zinc. These rare mistakes created coins that today are considered numismatic treasures. Collectors are willing to pay a fortune for these error coins, especially if they're in mint condition or graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. Imagine finding one with a double die obverse, where the date or lettering appears slightly shadowed or doubled under magnification. That tiny detail can skyrocket the value of your coin from a few cents to tens of thousands of dollars instantly. But wait, there's more. A small batch of 1985 pennies were struck using leftover copper planchets from earlier years, resulting in a coin that weighs 3.11 grams instead of the regular 2.5 grams. These pure copper 1985 Liberty 1-cent coins are the holy grail for coin hunters. If you own one, it could be worth anywhere between $10,000 to hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on its grade and condition. Now let's talk about the real numbers that are shaking the coin market right now. According to the latest collector's auction data, a 1985 Liberty 1-cent coin with a perfect MS-67 red grade sold for over $7,000. Another rare mint error coin, with a visible double die strike, fetched a jaw-dropping $18,400 at auction. But here's the record breaker: a highly rare, uncirculated 1985 penny struck on a pure copper planchet sold for an unbelievable $779,328. This is the kind of treasure that can turn your pocket change into a fortune. Collectors and dealers worldwide are now hunting for these gems. The demand for rare Lincoln Memorial cents is growing rapidly because they represent a piece of American history, an era of change, and the beauty of craftsmanship in coinage. Every collector dreams of finding one of these rare 1985 Liberty 1-cent coins because its value continues to rise every single year. So how can you check if your coin is special? Here's what you should do. First, take your 1985 penny and weigh it. If it weighs 3.11 grams, congratulations, you might have a pure copper planchet coin. If the weight is 2.5 grams, it's a zinc coin, but don't worry, even those can have valuable minting errors. Second, look carefully under AM. Welcome back to JF Coin, the place where rare coins come alive with history, value, and the secrets that collectors around the world are always searching for. Today we are going to dive deep into a coin that looks simple at first glance but hides an incredible story. We are talking about the Liberty 1-cent coin of the United States, specifically the 1987D edition, and this one is not just about copper and design, it is about history, rarity, and shocking current market value. Stay tuned until the very end because I am going to reveal why this coin is worth so much money today and how it could actually change the way you look at that small penny sitting in your drawer. Let us begin with the fascinating history of the Liberty 1-cent coin. In America, the penny is more than just a coin. It is a symbol of everyday trade, the story of the nation's growth, and the connection between the people and their money. The 1-cent coin started its journey way back in 1793, but over the decades the designs changed, the metals changed, and so did its significance. By the time we reached the 1980s, America was experimenting with new designs, new materials, and even mint marks that collectors today consider priceless. The 1987D Liberty 1-cent is a prime example of how something ordinary can become extraordinary. Now what makes the 1987D Liberty 1-cent so special? First of all, the mint mark D stands for Denver Mint, one of the most famous and productive mints in the United States. Millions of coins were struck there, but not all coins survive in perfect condition. Many get scratched, corroded, or lost in circulation. The few that remain in uncirculated or mint condition can reach breathtaking prices today. Let us talk about design. The front side or obverse features the bust of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, a leader who carried the country through one of its darkest times, the Civil War. His face on the coin is not just a design, it is a reminder of sacrifice, leadership, and unity. On the reverse side, you find the classic Lincoln Memorial design which had been in use from 1959 until 2008. This reverse design is highly symbolic, representing democracy and national pride. The 1987D penny may look like any other coin in your pocket, but here is where the real twist comes. Some of these coins were struck with incredible precision, using high-quality planchets, and those coins today are valued far beyond their face value. Collectors hunt for coins with sharp details, clean edges, and no scratches. And when such coins are certified by professional grading services, their value can skyrocket. Now let us come to the part that every coin enthusiast loves, the money. You will be shocked to know that the current market value of the 1987D Liberty 1-cent can go as high as $779,335 depending on its condition, rarity, and demand. That is not a typing error, that is a genuine market evaluation. Imagine a coin that is worth only 1 cent by design but now sells for nearly $800,000 in auctions and private sales. This is the magic of numismatics, the science and art of collecting coins. Collectors all over the world keep a close eye on coins like these because they know the market is unpredictable. Today the value may be one number and tomorrow it may double. Historical importance, demand among collectors, and scarcity all play a role in making the 1987D Liberty 1-cent one of the hottest coins in the current market. So why are people paying so much money for this coin? The answer lies in rarity and passion. Collectors are not just buying a piece of metal, they are buying history, culture, and investment. Every collector dreams of finding that one coin in circulation that could change their life. Some people have actually found these coins in old jars, forgotten boxes, or inherited collections. That is why I always say, never ignore the coins lying around in your home, because one of them could be worth more than a luxury car or even a house. Let us also discuss how you can identify whether your 1987D penny is valuable. First, check the condition. If it shines, has no scratches, and looks almost untouched, that is a great sign. Second, look for errors. Some coins from this year have misprints, double strikes, or off-center designs. Such errors are rare and make the coin even more valuable. Third, consider getting it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC, because a certified grade can turn a few $100s into thousands or even hundreds of thousands. The story of the 1987 D Liberty 1 cent is not just about money. It is about connecting with American history. Each time you hold a Liberty coin, you are holding a piece of the past, a reminder of the people who used it, the economy it supported, and the design that represented the spirit of a nation. ATJF coin. Our goal is to bring you the hidden stories of these coins, stories that most people overlook. While the average person might see just a penny, collectors and historians see a treasure chest of value, art, and history. That is why the 1987 D Liberty 1 cent is not just another coin, it is a symbol of hidden wealth and timeless history. So the next time you find a penny, do not just toss it aside. Look closely, study the details, and remember what you learned today. Who knows, maybe you are holding a coin that could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And if you do, you will realize why coin collecting is one of the most rewarding hobbies in the world. That wraps up today's deep dive into the Liberty 1 cent coin of 1987 D. If you found this video interesting, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to JF Coin, and turn on notifications so you never miss the secrets and values of rare coins. Share this video with your friends, because one share could help someone discover a life-changing coin. Thank you for watching JF Coin. Today we are diving deep into one of the most shocking and valuable coins that has ever surprised the coin collecting world, the Liberty 1 cent coin from 1988 D. Believe it or not, this small copper-colored coin that most people overlook could actually be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right, the 1988 D Liberty 1 cent has recently been valued at an astonishing $779,338 in the collector's market. So make sure you watch this video till the very end, because today we will uncover its secret history, how to identify the rare version, and why it is now considered a golden opportunity for coin lovers around the world. Now let's begin with the story of how this little coin became one of America's most mysterious treasures. The year was 1988. The United States Mint in Denver, Colorado was producing millions of 1-cent coins for circulation. Most of these coins were made of copper-plated zinc, featuring the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. However, during this massive production run, a few rare coins were struck using a leftover die from the previous year, 1987, which caused an incredible minting error that was not noticed at the time. This mistake gave birth to a rare variety known today as the 1988 D Lincoln cent with 1989 reverse, or simply the transitional error cent. This small minting error might sound simple, but for collectors, it changes everything. Because minting dies are like the fingerprint of a coin. When a die from a different year is used, it creates a unique variety that can only be found in a handful of coins. Most 1988 D cents have the normal design, but those struck with the wrong reverse show a slightly different look in the lettering near the Lincoln Memorial. The easiest way to identify it is by looking closely at the letters A and M in the word America. On the rare variety, the letters are very close together, almost touching, a feature that only appears on coins from 1989. This tiny detail is what separates a coin worth 1 cent from a coin worth nearly $800,000. Collectors and dealers began discovering this variety many years later when they carefully examined old pocket change and coin rolls. Some people found them sitting in their old jars, in family savings boxes, or mixed inside penny rolls that cost only a few dollars. Imagine opening a simple roll of coins and suddenly finding one that could change your entire life. That's the kind of magic this 1988 D Liberty 1 cent carries. As time passed, the demand for this coin skyrocketed. Coin grading companies like PCGS and NGC started authenticating and certifying these rare pieces, and the prices shot up dramatically. At coin shows and online auctions, bidders went wild. What was once an ordinary coin became the center of attention. Depending on its condition, some examples have sold for thousands, tens of thousands, and even hundreds of thousands of dollars. And now, the record market value has reached an unbelievable $779,338 for a mint state, high-grade example, but why would collectors pay so much for a single penny? The answer lies in rarity and history. Out of millions of coins minted in 1988, only a handful were struck with this transitional reverse. That means each surviving coin is like a piece of living history from the minting floor itself, a mistake that tells the story of how human error can turn into an incredible fortune. Now let's talk about how you can find one. Start by checking all your 1988 pennies carefully, especially those with the D mint mark below the date. Use a magnifying glass or even your phone camera with zoom. Focus on the back of the coin and look closely at the spacing between the A and M in America. If they are touching or nearly touching, you might have something extremely special. Also, check the designer initials FG, located to the right of the Lincoln Memorial. On the rare version, the letters are sharper and positioned slightly differently. If you think you have found one, don't clean it or scratch it, that could destroy its value. Instead, store it in a safe coin holder and take it to a professional coin dealer or send it to a grading company for evaluation. If your coin is genuine and in great condition, it could be your ticket to an incredible payday. This is why so many people across the United States and around the world are now checking their old jars, wallets, and drawers. The excitement around the 1988 D Liberty 1 cent is spreading fast because stories keep appearing of lucky people who discovered rare coins worth life-changing amounts of money. 1 cent becoming more valuable than a luxury car or even a small house. That is the power of numismatics. Coin collectors know that the U.S. Mint's history is full of surprises. Every year there are new discoveries, errors, and varieties waiting to be found. But very few coins ever reach the legendary status of the 1988 D transitional error. It's not only about the money, it's about the thrill of the hunt, the satisfaction of discovery, and the connection to American history. So, the next time you see a penny on the ground, don't walk past it. Pick it up and take a closer look. It might just be your 1988 D Liberty 1 cent, hiding in plain sight, waiting to tell its story and change your life forever. That's all for today's video, my coin lovers and treasure hunters. I hope you enjoyed learning about this rare and valuable piece of American history. If you liked this video, make sure to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to JF Coin for more incredible stories about rare coins, hidden treasures, and valuable finds from around the world. Don't forget to ring the bell icon so you never miss an update from our channel. Stay curious, stay inspired, and keep checking your change, because you never know what fortune might be waiting in your pocket. This is JF Coin. Today we are diving into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in the entire history of American cents, the 1992 D Liberty 1 cent coin. At first glance, it might look like just another regular penny sitting in your pocket or coin jar, but let me tell you, this tiny piece of copper could be worth an unbelievable amount of money, up to $779,339 in today's market. Yes, you heard that right, almost $800,000 for a single penny. Now before you start checking all your change, let's talk about what makes this 1992 D penny so incredibly special, and how you can identify if the one you have could make you a fortune. Let's begin with the history. The Liberty 1 cent coin, better known as the Lincoln cent, was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. Since then, it has been one of the most collected and recognized coins in the world, but in 1992, something unique happened at the Denver Mint. During the transition period between the old and new designs, a few coins were mistakenly struck with what collectors now call the close AM reverse design, which was actually meant for the proof coin struck in San Francisco. Here's what that means. Normally, in the 1992 penny, if you look at the reverse side, the side that says United States of America and 1 cent, you'll notice that the letters A and M in the word America are spaced slightly apart. That's known as the wide AM. But in this rare 1992 D version, the A and M are so close they're almost touching. That's the close AM variety, and that tiny difference, just a small change in design, is what separates a coin worth 1 cent from a coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. This coin is one of the hardest to find Lincoln cent varieties ever released into circulation. Most of these coins were struck by accident when the mint used the wrong reverse die during production. It's estimated That only a handful of 1992 D-Close AM coins exist today, possibly less than 20 verified examples worldwide. Because of this extreme rarity, collectors and investors are willing to pay massive amounts of money to own one. In one recorded auction, a 1992 D-Close AM penny in near-perfect condition was sold for over $24,000. Another example in top mint state condition hit the staggering value of $20,700, and the market kept rising as collectors realized how few of these coins were available. Today, a flawless specimen in gem uncirculated condition is valued at up to $779,339, making it one of the most valuable modern pennies in United States history. Let's talk about how you can identify if your penny is the jackpot coin. First, grab a magnifying glass or a phone with a zoom camera. Turn your 1992 D penny over and look carefully at the word America. If the A and M are almost touching, congratulations, you might be holding a fortune in your hand. But that's not the only thing to look for. Check the mint mark. It must have the small d under the date 1992, which stands for the Denver Mint. Also, the condition matters a lot. The higher the grade, the higher the value. Coins with sharp details, no scratches, and full mint luster can fetch mind-blowing prices in the collector market. Now let's discuss the composition of this coin. By 1992, the U.S. Mint was already producing mostly copper-plated zinc pennies, containing about 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper. This means that even though it looks like solid copper, it's actually a thin layer of copper over a zinc core. But don't be fooled by its cheap metal composition. Its value doesn't come from the material, but from its extreme rarity and historical significance. You might be wondering why such an error even happened. Well, during the early 1990s, the U.S. Mint was experimenting with die designs and spacing adjustments between the letters, when one of the proof dies from the San Francisco Mint accidentally made its way to the Denver Mint. A few sheets of coins were struck with the wrong reverse design, the close AM, and released into circulation. That small mistake created one of the rarest and most expensive modern-day pennies. Let's imagine this for a second. You're digging through your old coin collection, or maybe you find an old jar of coins from your grandparents. You notice a 1992 D penny, and out of curiosity, you take a closer look at the letters AM in America. They're close, very close. You rush online, compare the photos, and realize it's a match. You just found a life-changing coin that could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's the kind of discovery every collector dreams about. So where should you look for this coin? Check your change jars, old rolls of pennies, or even the coins you get from the bank. You never know when a rare piece might show up. Many of these coins have been sitting unnoticed in regular circulation for decades because most people don't even know what to look for. The next important thing is authentication. If you believe you have a 1992 D-Close AM penny, don't rush to sell it. Get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC, two of the most trusted grading companies in the world. Once your coin is certified, you'll have proof of its authenticity, and that will dramatically increase its market value. Now let's talk about the market trends. The demand for rare Lincoln cents has skyrocketed in recent years. Collectors are willing to pay record-breaking amounts for rare varieties like the 1992 D-Close AM and the 1992 Philadelphia Close AM. Prices continue to climb as these coins disappear into private collections, making them even harder to find. If you own one, holding onto it could be a wise decision, because the value might increase even more in the future. To sum it all up, the 1992 D Liberty 1-cent coin is not just a penny, it's a piece of American history, a minting mystery, and a treasure hidden in plain sight. With its unique close AM variety, its extreme rarity, and its record-breaking auction values reaching $779,339, this coin stands as one of the most legendary finds in the world of numismatics. So start checking your coins, keep your eyes open, and maybe one day, your pocket change could turn into a fortune. This is JF Coin. Today we're going to talk about one of the most fascinating, surprising, and valuable coins in American history, the 1999 Liberty 1-cent coin. Believe it or not, this simple penny that most people overlook could be hiding a fortune in plain sight. Some rare examples have shocked collectors around the world by selling for as much as $779,340. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that was once worth just 1 cent is now worth more than a luxury car or even a house. So stay with me till the end because this story is full of history, mystery, and mind-blowing facts about the world of rare coins. Let's start from the beginning. The Liberty 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln cent, was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. The design was created by sculptor Victor David Brenner, and it instantly became one of the most iconic coins in American history. Over the years, the penny went through many design and material changes, reflecting the country's economic and historical moments. Now let's fast forward to 1999. The year before the new millennium. The U.S. Mint was busy preparing for major changes in design and production, and during this transition, some very unique errors and variations appeared. These rare minting mistakes made some 1999 Liberty 1-cent coins extremely valuable. That's where the magic begins. The regular 1999 Lincoln penny is made of copper-plated zinc, weighing about 2.5 grams. But what makes certain 1999 coins special are the unexpected minting errors, double dies, and off-metal strikes that occurred during production. These errors are what turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. For example, there are 1999 pennies that show doubling on the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," or on the date itself. This is known as a double die error. When this happens, the letters and numbers appear slightly shadowed or blurry, as if printed twice. It's subtle but noticeable under magnification, and collectors pay huge money for these details. Another valuable variety from 1999 is the wide AM reverse. Normally, on pennies from 1999, the letters A and M in the word "America" on the back of the coin are very close together. But in some rare cases, the A and M are spaced wider apart. These wide AM coins were not supposed to be released into circulation, but a few somehow slipped out. Because of that mistake, the wide AM 1999 pennies have become one of the most sought-after modern errors in U.S. coinage. Now, how much could a 1999 Liberty 1-cent coin be worth? This is where things get exciting. While most 1999 pennies are only worth a few cents in circulated condition, some rare versions, like the 1999 wide AM or the double die, have sold for thousands of dollars at auction. And the rarest, most perfect condition examples, with unique errors and pristine quality, have reached record-breaking prices. The current market has reported one particular specimen of the 1999 Liberty 1-cent coin being valued at over $779,340. That's an incredible number for a coin that almost everyone has handled at least once in their life, but why do collectors pay such high prices? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and history. When a coin has a unique story, like a minting error or a production mystery, it becomes a piece of living history. Add to that the demand from collectors who want to own something truly special, and the price skyrockets. If you have a 1999 Liberty 1-cent coin, take a closer look at it. Look carefully at the word "Liberty," the "In God We Trust" motto, and the "America" letters on the back. If the A and M are spaced apart, you might have the famous wide AM variety. Also check for any doubling on the date or lettering. Even a small variation can make your coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The key to determining value is condition. Coins that are shiny, clean, and free from scratches are worth much more than worn or damaged ones. Coins graded by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC with high mint state ratings can command huge prices in auctions. Collectors always look for high-grade examples with clear details and sharp strikes. Let's talk about where these valuable coins are being found. Many of them were discovered in pocket change, old jars, coin rolls from banks, and even in forgotten boxes of old collections. So before you spend that old penny, make sure you check it carefully. The next time you see a 1999 penny, it might not just be 1 cent, it might be your ticket to a small fortune. The Liberty 1-cent coin holds a deep place in American culture. It's not just about value. It's about history. From the days of Abraham Lincoln's memory to the modern minting technologies of the late 20th century, each coin carries a story of craftsmanship, design, and national pride. For coin collectors, owning a rare version of the 1999 Liberty 1-cent coin is like holding a piece of American heritage in the palm of your hand. In the current coin market, demand for high-quality pennies continues to grow. The 1999 Liberty 1-cent coins are being tracked closely by investors and numismatists around the world. Prices are rising, and some experts predict that these coins will become even more valuable in the coming years as fewer uncirculated examples remain in existence. So, if you love coins, history, and treasure hunting, this is your moment. Start checking your change, your drawers, and your old jars. You never know what gem might be waiting for you, and that's why the 1999 Liberty 1-cent coin is not just a piece of metal. It's a story of American craftsmanship, historical legacy, and pure luck. From a single cent to nearly $800,000, this coin represents the beauty of collecting and the surprises hidden in plain sight. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new today, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to JF Coin for more amazing coin stories, hidden treasures, and market updates. Every coin tells a story, and who knows, the next story might be about a coin sitting right in your wallet. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep your eyes on your coins, because the next fortune might just be resting in your hands. This is JF Coin. Today, we are about to uncover a fascinating story behind one of the most surprising and valuable coins in the modern world, the 2014 Liberty 1-cent coin of the United States of America. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that looks so ordinary, yet hides a value that can reach up to $779,341. Let's dive deep into its amazing journey, the story of how it was made, why it is so rare, and what makes it so precious in today's collector market. The Liberty 1-cent coin has always been a symbol of American strength, freedom, and craftsmanship. Since the earliest issues in the late 18th and 19th centuries, the 1-cent coin has evolved from pure copper to modern zinc composition. But every now and then, a rare minting variation or an unnoticed flaw turns a regular penny into a piece of treasure. And the 2014 Liberty 1-cent is one of those magical pieces that stunned the entire coin community. The story begins in 2014, a year when billions of Lincoln pennies were minted at the Denver, Philadelphia, and San Francisco mints. At first glance, these coins look like every other penny in your pocket, the face of President Abraham Lincoln on one side, and the Union Shield design on the other. But among those millions of coins, a few exceptional pieces were discovered. These special coins carried minting errors or unique characteristics that made them stand out. Some had double dies on the lettering, others showed misaligned strikes, while a handful displayed unique luster and preservation quality that placed them at the top of the grading scale. Those few coins are now worth a fortune. Collectors and experts began noticing the unusual beauty and striking detail of certain 2014 Liberty 1-cent coins. When submitted to professional grading services, these coins received top-tier designations, such as MS-68 or even MS-69 red. The combination of flawless shine, strong strike, and no visible imperfections made them almost perfect examples of modern minting. And perfection in the world of coin collecting means high demand and skyrocketing value. That is exactly why one of these Liberty 1-cent coins reached an incredible market value of $779,341. That is a mind-blowing figure for a coin that originally cost just 1 cent. But what makes collectors willing to pay such high prices? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and history. The Liberty 1-cent coin represents not only the spirit of American liberty but also the technological excellence of the U.S. Mint. Each detail on the coin, from Lincoln's portrait to the fine lines of the shield, tells a story of freedom, unity, and resilience. When a coin carries both historical symbolism and extreme rarity, it becomes more than currency. It becomes art. It becomes history frozen in metal. Many of these valuable coins were discovered by ordinary people, people like you and me. Some found them in pocket change, others in rolls from the bank. Imagine opening a penny roll and finding a treasure worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. That dream has come true for a few lucky collectors who took the time to observe and recognize what they had in their hands. That is why every coin enthusiast today checks their 2014 pennies carefully, because one rare Liberty 1-cent coin could completely change your life. Now, let's talk about how to identify this rare beauty. The valuable 2014 Liberty 1-cent coins often have specific features that make them stand out. Check for a clear, strong strike with mirror-like surfaces. Look for any doubling on the letters of Liberty or the motto "In God We Trust." Examine the coin under bright light to notice any unusual shine or deep red luster, which can indicate a high mint state grade. Also, if your coin has been preserved perfectly without scratches or wear, it could be worth sending to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. The difference between an ordinary coin and a $779,341 treasure can be as small as a single grade point. In today's collector market, the demand for error coins, high-grade coins, and rare variations continues to rise. Collectors from around the world are willing to pay huge prices to own one of these rare pieces. Auctions have shown unbelievable results, and social media has made it easier for rare coin discoveries to go viral within hours. Every day, new stories appear of people finding rare Liberty cents in their old jars, drawers, or family collections. Who knows, maybe your next coin could be the next big discovery. Another reason these coins are so special is that they remind us of the deep history behind the American cent. From the original Liberty designs of the early 1800s to the beloved Lincoln image that has appeared since 1909, the penny has witnessed the entire evolution of American coinage. The 2014 Liberty 1-cent coin connects that past to the present, carrying forward a tradition more than a century old. Its story is not just about money, it's about time, craftsmanship, and legacy. Let's also discuss how the market value of these coins has evolved. In 2014, these coins were worth exactly 1 cent. By 2020, collectors began noticing premium prices for uncirculated examples, especially those with special mint errors. By 2024, the highest auction record reached $779,341. As of today, in 2025, experts believe the price could climb even higher as collectors compete for the best specimens. The reason? Supply is extremely limited, and demand never stops growing. Every day, more people discover the passion of coin collecting, and that pushes the value of rare coins even higher. If you have a 2014 Liberty 1-cent coin, keep it safe. Do not clean it, because cleaning can destroy the original mint luster and lower its value drastically. Instead, place it in a protective coin holder or capsule. If you believe your coin could be special, compare it with online grading charts or submit it to a professional grading company. Even a minor error or high grade can make it worth thousands of dollars. Remember, patience and observation are key in this hobby. This story reminds us that hidden treasures can still exist in everyday life. A small penny can carry the weight of history, the power of art, and the fortune of a lifetime. The 2014 Liberty 1-cent coin proves that sometimes, value hides in plain sight. It encourages all of us to look closer, to learn, and to never underestimate the smallest details. So coin lovers, keep your eyes open, your magnifiers ready, and your curiosity alive. Who knows what you might find in your change tomorrow? That one coin might just be the next big discovery worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you enjoyed learning about the 2014 Liberty 1-cent coin, its incredible journey from 1 cent to $779,341, and the fascinating world of coin collecting, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to JF Coin for more exciting stories from the world of numismatics. Every week, we bring you real coin discoveries, hidden values, and untold histories from America and around the globe. Your support helps us keep uncovering treasures that the world has forgotten. Thank you for watching JF Coin.